I'm John Riskin. I'm here with Andrew Sneyd from Fanduel. I'm from ALLCITY Network, and we're going to talk a little bit about sports books and sports betting and sports marketing space.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, thanks for joining me. We got a pretty good setting here.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
Yeah, very nice. So, obviously the big story of the weekend, you guys got Kick of Destiny 2. Seen a lot of the spots on TV, the build-up, everything coming out of last year. Love to hear what worked first time around and kind of how the process developed for you all to do it again.
Well, I certainly appreciate that. The big event that's happening here in Las Vegas is the Kick of Destiny. I think it's great that you recognize that. There's apparently a football game somewhere too.
It's fine.
But the kick before kickoff is Rob Gronkowski's Kick of Redemption, the opportunity for us to be able to let him get back on the field and have the chance for people to win $10 million in bonus bets with Fanduel. And what we love about how we changed it this year, people get to be even more involved. Last year, if he made it, you'd get $10 million, and he missed it barely, so we decided everyone should still take it. An unfortunate wind took it wide left. But this year, you get to actually decide if you're team make or team miss. So you can decide that, you know what, I'm going to place a free bet on him making or missing, and if you get the result right, you share in the $10 million.
Are you guys tracking percentages on that?
We are. Yeah. Right now, more people are backing the tight end to actually figure out how to put it through the uprights.
Yeah, no one wants to bet a miss.
No one wants to bet on the under.
What were some of the positive data points or results coming out of last year?
Yeah. We had a tremendous success with it last year, and it made it hard to figure out how to beat it for this year. So we really saw the business get a boost from the sentiment that we had out in the world, a lot of great social buzz and PR impact. Our brand grew 10 points in awareness, which is crazy when we set out to look at the objectives for what it should do off the top. And we won a Grand Clio. So it's pretty hard to go back and figure out how we're going to top this.
Oh, those things are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So every action movie deserves an even bigger sequel, and we had to think of it the same way. So, really attacked it by adding more, letting people be involved with Make and Miss, and also bringing John Cena as the arch nemesis of Rob's, who's definitely Team Miss, and bringing Carl Weathers into the program as well, training him and coaching him, helping him find his way. And of course, we're taping this here 5 days after Carl passed away. So we've all been dealing with the fact that this great man unfortunately has passed away in the middle of the campaign, and we've been working with the family to try to make sure that we're representing their wishes well for how it carries forward.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, obviously. I think it's incredible how you brought the family into the process, and I'm sure your team has been pretty busy over the past 5 days.
We've been busy, and it's worth it.
Yeah.
You know what? He's an amazing man that deserves this level of effort. So we take the burden of that seriously.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm on Team Make. We'll see how it goes. But I'm excited to see it. Awesome. Being on the content side of the business, one area I'm completely fascinated by that's happening sort of in real time in our industry right now is how the gaming companies are approaching content and integrations and using it as a funnel, using it as an engagement tool, a way to bring people into betting that, maybe attracts more casual bettors or maybe gives people a new way to look at it. So, obviously you're seeing different approaches in the market. You all have launched your owned property with Fanduel TV, big names, Kay Adams and Shams and some really great talent. You're seeing, someone like Penn is doing more of a partnerships approach, first with Barstool, now with ESPN. You've got other brands that are looking more like creators, influencers. So I'd love to hear sort of your thought process behind your approach and kind of how you're looking at that space.
Well, I'll start first with, when you think about the root of what we're offering, this is an entertainment product for people to lean in and enjoy sports more. And so on a random Tuesday night, you can choose to place a $5 wager on a same game parlay in a basketball game and lean in and enjoy the game a little bit more than just the outcome. Or you could have put that $5 in renting a movie on Amazon Prime, or many other ways that you could have enjoyed your night. So when we start from the customer perspective, we're really thinking, what more can we do to keep advancing the content that sports bettors want to get as part of feeling even more connected to the sports they love? For us, FanDuel TV started as the TVG horse racing network.
Right.
And so we had a property that has a ton of loyal fans that gives us the opportunity to connect on sporting events that are happening and starting every few minutes of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a great product that we started with, and obviously a structure and a team. And we looked at the opportunity to just expand that. Like, what more can we do to make horse racing even more interesting and better for another younger generation? So we've improved our coverage of how we manage that. Great ways that you can bring the camera right into the action that let you feel the difference versus what horse racing might have been with your grandfather. Yeah. And continue to expand, like, hold on a second, there's better first sports betting content where Rob Gronkowski's a guest on the Kay Adams Up and Adams show, and people are interested in that, and it's on our cable network, but it also has the opportunity to fill all the social content connection points that we have.
Yeah.
And then we continue to expand and take advantage of tertiary, less loved sports, all the ways that we can continue to take advantage of that asset that we have.
Yeah.
And just bring more excitement to the sports people love, leaning in and making it sport bet first.
Yeah. And I mean, I think there's great opportunity there. With alternative broadcasts becoming, rising,
Absolutely.
Coming out of the gaming space specifically, but really we're seeing it everywhere.
Did you check out the Amazon Prime Datacast?
It
was amazing. So as Amazon was running, one of the channels was you could actually see which players were on the field, whether they were open, and as a sports bettor, watching through that lens made it even more interesting to stay close to your player props. So I think we're really just scratching the surface of what's possible with alt broadcast and how to feel not just the result of the score happening in the game, but connect your bet slip better to the product that you're watching.
Yeah, I think you guys are incredibly well positioned with having a user base there, having a distribution, having that distribution, and having the ability to integrate your own products into those broadcasts and into that content. So I love what you're doing there. More macro, there's been some new entrants to the space. Obviously, over the past few months, there's been, I think, 2 new states that have opened so far in 2024, or rumored to be opening, right, with North Carolina and Kentucky.
Vermont happened January 11th. North Carolina's coming soon, and Kentucky was not long ago. There's a steady drumbeat of new states that are legalizing sports betting and deciding to make it regulated and controlled and bring in the taxes.
What else are you keeping your eye on the next 12 to 18 months in terms of the industry overall?
Honestly, I think it starts with being great stewards of the category.
Yeah.
So we're America's #1 sports book. It's up to us to really lead the way on what we need to do as a category to earn the trust for the long term with all Americans. So I want to work at a company where I'm proud to work here. My family is proud that I work here. I know that my friends in the community can use our product well. And so continuing to up our game on the great things that we can do with the tools that we give players for how they can monitor their play, deposit limits, time limits, wagering limits. All those things are really helpful to make sure you're aware of what you're doing.
Yeah.
And so we want to continue to lead the way on bringing those tools, continuing to advance those tools, taking advantage of machine learning to actually really understand how we get in front of what is likely to become problem behavior and figure out how we make that available as insight and understanding for the whole category.
Yeah.
So that we earn the trust and deserve to be in the place that we are as a legalized sports betting business here in America. Yeah. So I think that is by far the first and most important thing. I think the second thing is that we don't get too far ahead of ourselves, that it's still a really young category.
Yep.
So we're only 5 years in. A lot of people had previous experience sports betting and understand what they're looking at when they open a sports betting app. and many others find it confusing.
Yeah.
And we still have the opportunity to educate and train and lower the barriers of confusion.
And is that primarily product driven, offering new types of games, ways for people to get familiar with whether it's an over-under bet or a prop bet or something like that?
I think it definitely, how can we keep making it simple in the product? Giving people the opportunity to see a more advanced experience versus a beginner experience. And it's also up to our marketers. So my team to figure out what more we can do to help educate the category for everyone coming in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a make or miss is a pretty good starting point.
Yeah, this might be the easiest thing to understand.
Exactly, yeah.
Even though last year was kind of unclear whether or not he made it or missed it. This is a binary result. It's a little bit like choosing heads or tails, which is actually a bet that some states allow people to take. Another easy way to enter.
Color.
Gatorade color is in a few states as well.
That's an easy one. Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, and it's Super Bowl week. This is a week when we get a ton of new customers into the category, and it's a helpful time to remind ourselves how we help make sure that it's not daunting when people are entering. Yeah.
Well, makes a lot of sense to me. I think you guys are clearly leaders in the space, and it's been great to watch the growth of the brand, fun marketing activations, and looking forward to watching it continue to grow.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.